Yeah, because I think a lot of people do actually have a fear. I mean, I certainly had a fear originally of making video. You know, I would get in front of the camera and not really know. I would have an idea of what I wanted to say, but I was very conscious of myself. And watching you, and I think that goes for quite a few people, like other women that I've spoken to, including Kay and Sarah, and watching you just open up like that over the days, it was just really like a lovely thing to see. And you know, it does give you that confidence to go out there and do it yourself. And I think
Mm.
it's a great way for you to get started in, you know, promoting your business on the internet by doing video and doing it every day like that, having that kind of practice.
Hmm. You're so right. And there was something powerful about having the 30-day container, because I'll tell you, I don't know that I've made a video since then, really. Because I needed that structure, and it was hard work. I mean, every day to, be prepared to be on camera and to think of what was going to happen. But it was an incredible practice. I mean, it was really quite a spiritual practice. And I've been watching, now I dove into my business in a new way. So I haven't been focused on video making, but I'm like, okay, this is crazy. I need to get back to it. It is something I enjoy. And so oddly, I have about 3 or 4 videos I need to make this weekend for various things. So hopefully I'll be jumping back in soon.
Oh, that'll be good. It'll be nice to see you on video again.
Thank you.
So would you say like that there's a particular way in which you think about making your videos, or do you just go with the flow?
Well, it's a little bit of both. I'm a big fan of tuning into, like, getting very clear on the intention or the theme of the video. And this actually dates back to the energy work that I do. And I've actually made a video about it. It's something called an organizing principle. So really, energy wants to organize itself, but it needs something strong to organize around. So for me, that's the intention or the theme. And once I get clear on what that is, then I like to let go and go with the flow. So it's kind of a two-step process.
Oh, that's brilliant. So what
Mm.
camera do you use? Do you mind me asking?
No, of course not. I use a flip. I absolutely love my flip. I know some people think maybe the quality isn't as good, or it'd be nice to have the microphone jack, but for me, there's a quality about the flip that's almost like a way of life. And it took me a while to get into it. I think I had it for about a year, year and a half before I really jumped in. But now I absolutely love it and have it with me at all times.
Cool. Yeah, so I would say, I mean, I've heard a lot of good things about the flip cam, and I use a Kodak ZI-8, which is pretty similar.
Yes, I have heard people love that one as well.
Yeah, it's a good camera. Okay, that's really cool. So with social media, we'll just talk a little bit about social media because obviously we are social media managers and we're in the process of actually setting up a membership site for women to learn how to train in social media.
Wonderful.
So what would you say that you are using at the moment? How are you structuring like your brand and putting yourself out there? Do you use specific sites or are you sticking to one?
That's a great question. I personally am a big fan of Facebook. That's the one that I've connected to on the deepest level. I am connected to Twitter. I haven't totally found my way with that yet. I've wanted to, and for whatever reason, I feel like I haven't found my Twitter voice. And with Facebook, I have, and it's interesting. I'm a part of a networking group in the States, and someone posted an article that they had read about Twitter versus Facebook. And it was a very interesting article. And so I started to think, so she was asking, did we agree with it? Because I guess this article was saying that most people, lots of people, are letting go of Facebook and really focusing on Twitter. But then we all kind of came to the conclusion that it's very individual. So I wanted to answer her back. And in the answering, I discovered this very cool thing because for me, I haven't connected to the heart of Twitter yet. Like, I don't quite feel the connections. I'm sure they're there, but I haven't found my way with that. Whereas Facebook is all warm and fuzzy to me. uh, but what I realized is it's about the visuals. There are no visuals on Twitter. If you're posting a photograph or a video, it's only a link. Whereas on Facebook, you can see the photograph, you generally can see the link. And so I was realizing as a photographer that I'm much more drawn to the visual aspect. And it feels like there are deeper and more heartfelt connections that happen on Facebook, in my experience.
Yeah, sure. I think we find that a lot as well. But
Have you? Yeah, I've been curious.
yeah, Facebook is very good for actually building solid relationships, we find.
Mm. It's funny though, some of the other women responding to this post on this networking group said they felt that way about Twitter, which, I don't. So I really think it must just be individual and, really a personality preference. And, how wonderful is that there are options. So,
Lots of options.
yeah. And then oddly, that now you're asking this question, I hadn't been drawn to LinkedIn at all. And all of a sudden, yes. Oh, I know why. So now you guys, I mean, obviously LinkedIn is global, correct?
It is, yes.
Okay, great. So I think I saw a post by Kay on Facebook that took me to your site, and somebody had written an article about LinkedIn. And I posted a comment because that article made me actually finally decide to be inspired to jump into LinkedIn. So that happened all day yesterday. And so I put it on Facebook saying, okay, I've just joined LinkedIn. Who wants to connect with me? I have no idea what I'm doing. And, by today I have 45 connections already. So
Oh, brilliant.
yeah, so that was literally off of one of, your articles on the site you guys are creating. So that's kind of fun.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, LinkedIn's definitely a good place to be.
Yeah, so that's very new to me, but I was excited because I was really seeing how beautiful it is to have all the different platforms. Because I noticed, on Facebook there are certain people maybe at a certain stature who I won't catch their attention because they have so many Facebook friends. And I was like, you know what? But there might be a chance that I'll catch their attention on LinkedIn for whatever reason, because maybe it's a smaller pool of people or that. So I really saw the value of different platforms. And then also it was kind of fun to, I don't think of myself as so business oriented, but I really enjoyed like putting in my education and putting in like, my background and different job, careers that I've had. And so I appreciated LinkedIn for that opportunity.
Cool. So would you say that you have like any particular kind of strategy on, we'll go with Facebook because obviously you like Facebook. In terms of your actual business and getting clients, do you find that you're getting a lot of business through Facebook?
I think I am to a certain degree. I'd have to really think if I gotten actual clients, but I know the connections that I've had with people and posting certain pictures, and then their friends maybe seeing their pictures, and it's almost whether it's a direct line to exact clients. I'm not exactly sure, although I think it is. It might. I think it's more of just building again my platform, and as my platform gets bigger, more and more people see me and I get more exposure, and I think I get more confident, and so I've been drawing in more clients. So you ask, is there a strategy? Well, that's not necessarily my strong suit yet, is creating strategies. For me, I really work off of intuition and like feeling guided from my own wisdom, and also I like to connect to the universe and to spirit a lot too. So I sort of operate that way, and so I'm just always looking for, am I being authentic, am I in integrity, what do I feel is the next step to take, and I feel like I'm guided pretty well that way. So
Yeah, and that's definitely the best way to do it as well, to actually, be yourself, build relationships, real relationships. And
yes.
I definitely think that that's the way that it should be. There shouldn't be any kind of, we're trying to move away from the marketing, that the kind of heavy marketing side, because obviously we've all got marketing experience and we want to teach people how to use the social networks, but in a real honest, authentic way, like you said, just being
Yeah.
yourself and making those connections and branding yourself. I've seen the difference from when you first came onto Facebook to now. and
Mm.
how much you've grown. Oh yes, and your site. I saw your site today, your new one.
Oh, thank you.
It's lovely.
Oh, great. Thank you. Yes, it is very new, hot off the presses.
It's really really good.
Thank you.